ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ चित्रं वटतरोर्मूले वृद्धा शिष्या गुरुर्युवा गुरोस्तु मौनं व्याख्यानं शिष्यास्तु छिन्नसंशयाः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ समस्त ब्रह्मविद्या आचार्येभ्यो नमः ऋषिभ्यो नमः मुनिभ्यो नमः गुरुभ्यो नमः देवताभ्यो नमः। ॐ श्री वेदव्यास वैशम्पायन याज्ञवल्क्यादि सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री आद्यशंकर सद्गुरवे नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। Chanting from the mantra fourth of this Brahmananda Valli. ॐ यतो वाचो निवर्तन्ते अप्राप्य मनसा सह आनन्दं ब्रह्मणो विद्वान् न बिभेति कदाचनेति तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य तस्माद्वा एतस्मान्मनोमयात् अन्योन्तर आत्मा विज्ञानमयः तेनैष पूर्णः स वा एष पुरुषविद एव तस्य पुरुषविदताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य श्रद्धैव शिरः ऋतं दक्षिणः पक्षः सत्यमुत्तरः पक्षः योग आत्मा महः पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति विज्ञानं यज्ञं तनुते कर्माणि तनुतेऽपि च विज्ञानं देवाः सर्वे ब्रह्मज्येष्ठमुपासते विज्ञानं ब्रह्म चेद्वेद तस्माच्चेन्न प्रमाद्यते शरीरे पाप्मनो हित्वा सर्वान् कामान् समश्नुत इति तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य तस्माद्वा एतस्माद्विज्ञानमयात् अन्योन्तर आत्मानन्दमयः तेनैष पूर्णः स वा एष पुरुषविद एव तस्य पुरुषविदताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य प्रियमेव शिरः मोदो दक्षिणपक्षः प्रमोद उत्तरपक्षः आनन्द आत्मा ब्रह्मपुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति असन्नेव स भवति असद्ब्रह्मेति वेद चेत् अस्ति ब्रह्मेति चेद्वेद सन्तमेनन्ततो विदुरिते तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य अथातोऽनुप्रश्नाः उता विद्वानमुं लोकं प्रेत्य कश्चन गच्छति आहो विद्वानमुं लोकं प्रेत्य कश्चित् समश्नुता ओ शोकामयत बहुस्यां प्रजा येति सदभोतप्यत सदवस्तप्त्वा इदगं सर्वमसृजत यदिदं किञ्च तत्सृष्ट्वा तदेवानुप्रविशत तदनुप्रविश्य सच्चत्यच्चाभवत् निरुक्तं च निरुक्तं च निलयनं च निलयनं च विज्ञानं च विज्ञानं च सत्यं चानृतं च सत्यमभवत् यदिदं किञ्च तत्सत्यमित्याचक्षते तदप्येष श्लोको भवति असद्वा इदमग्र आसीत् ततो वै सदजायत तदात्मानग्गः स्वयमकुरुत तस्मात् तत्सुकृतमुच्यत इति यद्वै तत्सुकृतं रसो वै सः रसगह्येवायं लब्ध्वानन्दे भवते को ह्येवान्यात् कः प्राण्यात् यदेष आकाश आनन्दो न स्यात् एष ह्येवानन्द याति यदा ह्येवैष एतस्मिन् दृश्येनात्मि अनिरुक्ते अनिलयने भयं प्रतिष्ठां विन्दते अतसो भयं गतो भवति यदा ह्येवैष एतस्मिन्नुदरमन्तरं कुरुते अत तस्य भयं भवते तत्त्वेव भयं विदुषो मन्वानस्य तदप्येष श्लोको भवति ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ श्रीकृष्णयजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीयारण्यकान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषत् ॐ यस्माज्जातं जगः सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदं धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते ओमथ प्रथमा शिक्षा वल्ली प्रथमोऽनुवाकः शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतो तद्वक्तारमवतो अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ वद श्री चतुर्थोऽनुवाकः मेधाकाम श्रीकामार्थे जपहोम मन्त्राः ॐ यश्छन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्भवोव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्याम्भोरिविश्रुवं ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय आवहन्ते वितन्वान कुर्वाणा चीरमात्मनः वासागंसि मम गावश्च अन्नपाने च सर्वदा ततो मे श्रियमावह लोमशां पशुभिः सह स्वाहा आमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा विमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा प्रमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा दमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा शमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा यशोजने सानि स्वाहा श्रेयान्वस्य सोसानि स्वाहा तन्त्वा भगप्रविशानि स्वाहा समाभगप्रविश स्वाहा तस्मिन् सहस्रशाखे निभगाहन्त्वयि मृजे स्वाहा यतापः प्रवतायन्ते यथा मासा अहर्जरम् एवं मां ब्रह्मचारिणः धातरायन्तु सर्वतः स्वाहा प्रतिवेशोऽसि प्रमाभाहि प्रमापद्यस्व ॐ शान्तिः 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 समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः It is the grace of Bhagavan that we are into the study of the most toughest things of our Vedanta Shastras, Upanishads. Yes, definitely, that much qualification, Arhata, we don't have. Yet, invoking the grace of Lord, asking for forgiveness, we are on this endeavor, and we are sure by our effort, Bhagavad Kripa, that Arhata of all sorts come to us, especially because we are in this Upanishad praying more and more to the Lord with all the ardency, with all the sincerity, with all the upasanas being done. Toward the end of the Chaturthonuvakaha, most beautifully, the entire life's purpose is summarized by our Bhashyakara for all of us. That has to be again and again we must study. Now, before that, one sentence, if we have not become clear about it, Tasmin Sahasra Shakhe Nibhagaham Tvayimruje Swaha. The literal meaning of it, in you who are spreading the Sahasra Shakha, I am purifying myself. So, what is the meaning of myself purifying in your Sahasra Shakha is, hey, these are addressed to Omkara. We are studying the Chaturtanvaka, please. Hey, Omkara Bhagavan, you are only in Sahasra Shakha Rupa, entire Rupa Nama. So, I saw the entire world of Rupa Nama, then I understood or accepted each one of them are different from each other and all of them are different from you intellectually in vyavahara vocally. This is called as the sin I have done, because of which I am suffering the consequence of ignorance. One side, other side, the mind getting disturbed of raga dvesha ityadi because of so much of differentiations sin. So now I am purifying myself. Hey Bhaga, Tasmin Sahasra Shake Aham Nimrujami. What is there Aham Nimrujami? From now onwards, I understand that every of the Rupa Nama is your own Shakha. Each of them are not different from each other. All of them are never different from you. In this knowledge I remain. That is called as Nimruje. That is called as Mruje, purification in us. So, in the Vyavahara, as it requires, we do Vyavahara with different things in a different way. But as regard the understanding is concerned, we are no more in the impurity that the differences are real and they are other than the Om. We are no more in the impurity. We are in the purity that Om alone in the Sahasra Shakha Rupa, the entire world is there and each of them are directly connected to the Om and each of them are indirectly connected to each other. In this understanding, if we are, we have purified our antakarana. And our goal is what? Whether it is Om or whether it's a Sahasra Shakas of the entire world of Rupa Nama, what is the substratum behind all of them? One single common. And what is its relation to me? This is our final search. This is our final goal to be realized in intellection first on the state of meditation as the experience last. That would be our goal. After which the experience would be I am that and I am this and I alone am everything. There is nothing other than me to bind me, to trouble me, to give me dukkha ityadi. Therefore, I am eternally existing, pure conscious bliss. That anubhuti is our final goal. But before that, so many things have to be sorted out, inside and outside. You call it in the form of the gunas, remove rajas, tamas, and come to satya, sattva guna. You call it in the form of differences, drop or dissolve all the differences, and try to see the one common denominator. So, in the form of all the desires, expectation of the world, drop all that because mithya. Now, only one desire and only one expectation is to discover the truth or substratum. Any other desires will never end. They only will pull us into the worldliness, creating all agitation in us, making us karta, making us do karma, giving us karma phala, which are uncalled for, which are only binding. Like fire is there, finger is there. Put the finger in the fire and finger is burnt. No, this karta me did the karma, putting my finger in the fire and got the karma phala of the burning. It is possible, but it is required. Is it required? It is burning only. It is not only not required, it is detrimental. In the same way, I become karta, do the karma in the world, get the karma phala is like putting finger in the fire only. Fire may you can put finger, it is possible, but it is not required. It is detrimental. So to becoming karta, doing karma and getting karma phala and becoming bhokta are possible, but it is not required. It is detrimental also. Just like the fire burnt here, in the same way here, the kartrutva, bhoktutva, karma phala will give me the burning of being a jiva limited by all the parameters. Do you want to get burnt? No, I don't want. This is called as purity. In this way, variety ways we have to prepare ourselves before single pointedly pursue to discover that which is behind and beyond everything. And mind you, all those things which we do to qualify ourselves for inquiry into the absolute truth, technically all of them are called the upasanas. There, the Bahiranga Upasana, the Antaranga Upasana. So in the Bahiranga Upasana, the Karma Yoga, the seva bhava, the fulfillment of the dharma, all of them are upasanas only, by which we are becoming qualified by purifying ourselves to become near to or to get qualification to Brahma Tattva Jnana. So to the Antaranga Upasanas are the Bhakti Yoga, the Ashtanga Yoga. They are all of the later on period. Now in the Vedic Kala, the Antaranga Upasana is of the Vyahrutis, which we will be seeing little later. And all of this should prepare us for the final inquiry of who or what is that Brahma Tattva, which is beyond all the differences. That is the final. And unless that is found, truth is not found. Unless the truth is found, we are in the untruth only. In the untruth, other than getting cheated or miserable, we can never become happy. झूठ में असत्य में दुख ही होगा, सुख शांति सिर्फ सत्य में ही होता है. ये तो कॉमन सेंस है. सत्य वस्तु का ज्ञान से ही मुक्ति होगी. असत जगत में रहने का कारण बंधन होता ही रहेगा निरंतर. Okay, now what is said in this last few lines we saw here? Shri Kamaha Asmin Vidya Prakarane Abhidiyamanaha Dhanarthaha. So the exhaustive explanation of the mantras with the Swahakara, with the Ahuti, which all have done here as Sri Kamaha, is for Dhanarthaha. Every one of us must know that we should have the sufficient inner and outer resources of the gross objects, the human being, the cattle animal, as well as in fact what is said in the Meda Sukta mantra, the Shariras which are Shanam, the Madhumatatama of the Jivva, and Bhuri Vishwanatvam of the Karna, these are all also the wells. All those wealths called dhanam, we must ask for and we must get it and we must make use of them. What for the use of them? The second line said, dhanancha karmartham. Dhanam, whatever we have, whether it is antakarana, whether it is the karmendriyas, whether it is the jnanendriyas, whether it is the livestock, whether it is the objects, etc., and whether it is the people all around us, are for what? They are only for karma and they are for karma and they must be used for karma. And which karma we have to do and what for that karmas have to be done, we have to be very clear. And as clearly it is said by Bhagavan, nowhere you will find it. You will find in every place, but not as simplified and as summarized here. Karma cha upata duritaya kshayartham. May we all become very pakka in this knowledge that every karma we do, not for doing more and more upatta duritam or durita upattam. Upatta means gaining more and more. Durita means all the vasanas impressions. So every karma should help us in doing the kshaya of the durita which is already upatta. This is called karma yoga. This is what we are here. This is what we are given variety of abilities, identities called as the Shri here or Dhanam, and we are told to do only those karmas of the Varnashrama and dharmas of karmas of Varnashrama, which also are without any result expectation. Only one consequence of all these outer karmas we are told to do see are inside in our heart how much the Duritakshaya is happening. The Duritakshaya in the Gunas form is the Raja and Tama. And the understanding of this Raja and Tama is the Tama Guna is identification of the upadhis unnecessarily. Raja Guna is agitating the mind because of identifying the upadhis in terms of value giving to those upadhis and trying to get something for the upadhi. All of them are called as the Kama Krodadi Turguna. Then the Kamanadi Sankalpa subsequently leads to the Raga Dvesha Adi. Once the Raga Desha becomes strong, according to that Kama Krodha come, then the whole life will be full of Duritam, Duritam, Duritam. See, Durita Duriha Durashaya Durmada Danavadhuta Krutantamate Jaya Jaya He Mahishasuramardini Ramyakabardini Shaila Sute. Today is Friday, Mother we remembered. Are you cleaning the entire Rajoguna and Tamoguna, the entire Tapadi Tadatmya with Aham and Mama Bhavana, which is Tamas, and because of which the Rajoguna happens of trying to get something to for the Upadis, imagining that in that there is Sukha Sambhoga for us. This is called like Durita. And that all got stocked, piled up in our Karana Sharira in the form of strongest of the Vasanas or impressions. And Vasanas or impressions are such which at the surface level of the Mana Buddhi agitate those Mana Buddhi with a variety of Sankalpa Vikalpa, which forces us to be attentive. Kriya, actions of the world, giving us karma phala, which never allows us to turn towards the jnanam, where the truth or the self is known. Throughout life, therefore, we are doing something, getting something. And whatever is to get, about that only we are trying to know. We are never trying to know that which is behind and beyond the entire manifested world, the entire manifested me. So all our Shakti is becoming only Ichcha and Kriya. Our Shakti is not becoming Jnana. Shakti is one. It becomes Ichcha, it becomes Kriya because of the Vasanas. And wherever little Jnana is required, the Shakti is becoming Jnana Shakti. But here the Jnana Shakti is only to do that Kriya which fulfills the Ichcha. All of us are involved in that. But unless the vasanas are removed, reduced, durita का क्षय नहीं होता, तब तक the इच्छा cannot be, it cannot be shifted from the kriya or the karma for karma phala to the jnana. The karma ichcha makes us do karma and give us karma phala. The jnana ichcha makes us pursue the jnana, gives us jnana phala. Karma phala is the bandhanam, jnana phalam is moksham. Here the jnana is about the truth, about the reality beyond and behind. First it is Siddhantika Jnanam, second in the meditation it is Anubhava Jnanam. Therefore, karma upata durita kshayartham. So whether it is Swadharma karma, whether it is a Varnashrama karma, whether it is a karma given to us by the Shastra, whether it is a karma told to us by the Guru, whether they are the karmas as told by the Shastra as the Yajna Dana Tapa, in short, for the purpose of all of them is to get the freedom from Durtas, which were upata from such a long time. And what should be the result finally seen? Mama नामक कुछ नहीं है, मेरे लिए नामक कुछ नहीं है. Aham hai only for one purpose of knowing his goal, his self. That aham has no importance of his own, nor it has its identification upadhis, nor its desire to get something for the upadhi. All that is gone is called as Shuddha Antakarana. Aiming at this, all the karmas to be done. Without aiming this, every karma adds up to more upatta durita. More durita is done upatta, or upatta is collected. We have to know. That is why karma upatta kshaya duritartham, sorry, upatta durita kshayartham, what a perfect sentence it is. If this understanding not there, we keep on doing the karma to get more and more durita. That's what is happening. Every day we involve, create more and more vasanas, because of which those vasanas are forcing us to do something before which a desire props up in the mind, and we are never able to focus our attention. In fact, इच्छा ही नहीं हो रहा है परमात्मा को जानने का. अब इच्छा ही नहीं होगा तो प्रयास कहाँ होगा? If the effort is not there, how do we know? Even little Icha is being Jagrata in us because of regular classes. The sadhana is not happening because to sit we are not able to, because body is pulled to do something, get something. Even we sit, the devil, the mind, filled with all the duritas. Even you sit for 10 hours, not even 2 seconds, the mind is either on Rama or Krishna or Tattva. It is only forced to think only about the world. The millions of thoughts are gurgling about the past, about the people, about the things, about the experiences. They all are unnecessary durita in the Karana Sharira, which was Upata earlier. All of that has to be done Kshaya through the karma performed as Karma Yoga. And what is karma performed as karma yoga? One karma is our nitya karmas, including all our duties. Second karmas are the naimitika karmas in which we take up the upasanas, yajnas. In both cases, the attitude is not that I have to get something, the attitude is to serve the world or to serve the Lord in the form of the world. By which all the mere liye, mera, main, this should go away. Mere liye, mera or main. I, mine, and me. I, mine, and me. Me, mine, and for me. Me is aham. Mine is mama. For me is mahyam. मेरे लिए. This should go away. Then मेरे लिए क्या है? एक ही चीज, मुझे अपने स्वरूप जानना है. So that day when we clearly see in our heart that other than wanting to know the self, no other pursuit, whether it is of this world or the other world, even the about Brahmaloka, when there is no kamksha, there is no desire, when there is no longing for, then the durita kshaya has completely happened of the upatta. Such person alone will go to the Guru, serve him, propitiate him, make him happy, ask him question, then from him do the Shravana of the Mahavakya, in which Brahmatmaya Bodha is said. With that information, he can contemplate. Contemplation happens because already all the Durtakshaya has happened. There is no hindrance and obstructions to him. His contemplation is direct, straight, effortless. Today, listening is effort. Remembering what he said is effort. Then trying to bring that and do the contemplation, that is impossible only, and the understanding to millennia. By the time we try to understand, we are so tired, exhausted, either we get sleepy or the other powerful thoughts of some work planned for comes, we postpone our meditation, we say Baki kal karenge, now let us go for doing that work. No, this is what is happening. Therefore, you have to have dhana, do it karma, do karma with that only purpose of the karma. There is no second purpose is upata durtakshayartham eva karma. Now, if this one thing is thoroughly understood and practiced, the entire our fighting with the world goes away. Because I'm in this world not to expect anything, not wanting anything. And in this world, I am doing everything for my antakarana shuddhi. While doing the antakarana shuddhi, the process of it is removing all raga, dvesha and kamana expectation. Then the world welcomes such person. because मैं कह रहा हूँ मेरे लिए नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मेरे स्वार्थ के लिए नहीं है, मेरे अहंकार के लिए नहीं है, then the people welcome such. It's a joy if this is practiced. So whether at home, taking care of family, children, wife, husband, parents, in-laws, outsides, all that is a karma. Any karma there. You take them to hospital, give them medicine, cook the food, serve them, make things prepared for them. These are all the karma, the routine daily things. Everything is a sadhana if we do it for the upata dovtakshaya. Their ego should not become strong. The attitude of duty should be there. If possible, bring your Lord of whatever the liking. Here it is Omkara. Do the thought of offering all that to Him and do it perfectly. No expectation of anything, including even recognition or appreciation. When you expect recognition and appreciation, then the ego, the karta, becomes stronger. Then the ego रूपी वासना becomes stronger. Then ego वाला दुरित का उपात हो गया, then that fellow will continuously do something for getting name and fame, That also is bondage. We need not, we should, again, actual our goal is to know what is our essential nature. That happens only on the seat of meditation, which is preceded by the inquiry. You are not at all doing that process. The pseudo ego जो है उसको और strong कर रहे हो by expecting some recognition from people. People stop expecting the gross things, but they can't stop expecting the recognition. That's what yesterday we said in Bhagavatam. Easy to conquer Kamini at one level, but Kanchana and Kirti is more difficult. Because people we say, मैंने उसे कुछ चीज मांगा क्या बस इतना ही कहा थैंक यू बोलो इतना कहा कि उनसे कि कहो ना कि मैंने किया ऐसे जस्ट मेरा नाम अट्टर हो जाए कि आई हैव गिवन डोनेशन आई एम नॉट आस्किंग एनी अवार्ड्स एंड ऑल बोल दो कि उन्होंने भी ये डोनेशन दिया अगर नहीं बोला तो मेरा नाम लिया ही नहीं all that is the kirti kanksha all that is the desire for recognition even that also should not be there. That's what Bhagavan says Arjuna nimitta matra bhava. All these things are said for sadhana only for these purposes. That is the durita kshaya. What is the durita here? I as an individual jiva itself is durita. His identification upadhis are durita. To fulfill the desires for the upadhi, doing something is durita. ये सब उपात हुआ इतने जन्म से उसका क्षय करना है. And one thought you can add while performing all this, oh Lord, see that my antakarana shuddhi happens. And what is the understanding of antakarana shuddhi? No more these strong vasanas in me, which create me as a jiva to be identified the upadhi, to be person of the world. Let that stock be selected and deleted completely. In that place, let I become a jiva with the jignasa to know Paramatma, not anything else. ऐसा संकल्प करते रहना इस संकल्प में अंतःकरण शुद्धि हो जाए कर दो तो ऑटोमेटिकली द अदर थिंग विल हैपन when the antakarana shuddhi is happened nothing more desires nothing more to do the desire prompted activity then what to do then the entire shakti instead of becoming ichha and kriya it starts becoming jnana then let me know what's happening in the world around let me know what is that behind the world that inquiry becomes easy effortless natural in that inquiry only, we will be able to transcend all that is happening, the gross, the nama rupa, then we can see with our subtle vision, the divya chaksho, the presence of the Paramatma. He is doing nothing, nothing is happening in him, in his presence, everything is seeming to happen. Like in the presence of the screen or the projector or the light, everything in the movie is seeming to happen. In every happening of the movie, yet nothing is happening. Karmani akarmaya pashed akarmani cha karmaya. Is it not? In every happening in the movie, yet some nothing is happening. In the same way, in the every happening in the world, actually nothing is happening. Like in the every happening of the wave, actually nothing happening to the water. It is little subtle, you can't catch it immediately, but as and when we go on becoming subtler, purified in us, these things which are heard years back start becoming meaningful to us. Like be regular to Upanishad, what we shouted 10 years back is becoming meaningful now. That time it was never understood also. कभी आऊँगा कभी सुनूंगा क्या फर्क पड़ता है? Why do you force me? I have so many things to do. Now you understand, unless we listen regularly, the intellect is not kept up in the thought of the Shastra and Paramatma. अब समझ में आया नो अब कह रहे हैं अंतकरण शुद्ध के लिए कर्मयोग करो अभी आएगा नहीं समझ में 2 साल का आएगा then spend more and more time only for contemplation meditation that will be understood after 20 years only 10 years okay so karma see Sri Kama Havana Upasana is dhanartham dhanam to kamana karmartham karma to upata durtekshayartham. Now this upata durtakshay क्यों कर रहा है? Upata is collected. Durita means impurity. Kshaya means removal of the collected durita of millions of lives in different yonis. इतना 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 लेके आए. Why that has to be cleared? The answer is so important. And it is in different languages or in different contexts, differently it was told. All this telling is nothing but this only. What it is? Ki tat kshayehi vidya prakashate. This line will have to say 3 times. Bolo tat kshayehi vidya prakashate. Tat kshayehi vidya prakashate. Tat kshayehi vidya prakashate. Yesterday we exhaustively told that as long as the upata durita are there, so long vidya will not come to us. Vidya is at 3 levels, we said. First Vidya is going to Guru and listening from him. Second Vidya is contemplating on that and clearly understanding it, called as Manana Vidyadi. Third Vidya is through meditation experiencing it. So Anubhava Rupa Vidya, the Avagahana Rupa Vidya, Rupa means level, sthai. Anubhava Sthai Vidya, Avagahana Sthai Vidya, Shravana Sthai Vidya. 3 we will not be able to get if the Durita are there. If the Durita are removed, tat kshayehi vidya prakashate. Otherwise, that agitated mind will not allow us to pierce through to understand the deeper, subtler things. अब जैसे अभी कहा मैंने सब हो रहा है लेकिन कुछ नहीं हो रहा, ये वाला समझना है तो यू हैव टू हैव ए सटल इंटेलेक्ट. Paramatma is pervading everything as their Atma. To understand it, a subtle intellect is required. That will come only when the Durita goes away. And he is there as the pure existence or consciousness in everything. To understand it and maintain that understanding, you understand that Durita should go away, then only the Adhikara comes. Adhikara means the qualification or ability. दिस इज महावाक्य. तत्क्षय ही विद्या प्राप्ति ही. तत्क्षय नहीं हुआ, विद्या प्रकाशनम नहीं होगा. विद्या प्रकाशनम मीन्स द awakening to that knowledge, revelation of that knowledge to us. Only to the one who has purified his antakarana that the knowledge is revealed. Now this Vidya Prakashate, he told it from the last sloka of Shvetashvatara Upanishad. There he says, Yasya deve parabhaktihi yatha deve tatha gurau tasye patitahi artaha prakashante mahatmanaha. So all the Upanishad kathita Vidya Prakasha will happen only to that Mahatma who has done Upasana with Parabhakti to the Paramatma in the same way to his Guru. As a result of which total Durita Akshaya happened. So in the world, by doing Karma Yoga, that Durita goes away. With the Guru, by doing his Upasana, any faithlessness or doubt or misunderstanding or wrong relation with Guru, this type of Durita goes away. And with the Upasana to the Lord, that Lord is not there, He is not all pervading, He has not got power, He is not listening to me, He will not bless me. These Duritas will go away. It is replaced by the positive. So Daiva Upasana say, Bhagavan is there, all pervading, all powerful, He is listening to my prayer, He will bless me. This type of purity comes. Guru Upasana say, Guru is there, Guru is Jnani, Guru is kind, compassionate to me, Guru gives Tattva Jnana, and Guru's blessings help me to understand Tattva Jnana, and I realize. Other than this, any other thought, does the Guru know it? Will he help me? Is he kind? Nobody has scolded me today. He looked at me like that. He has helped other but not me. Today did not answer me. ये दुरित सब चला जाना चाहिए. So Guru Upasana leads to that Durita Kshaya. Ishwara Upasana leads that, removes that Durita. And here, when we do the Karma Yoga in the world of Dharma, here यहाँ का दुरित चला जाएगा. So with regard to the world, I don't have misunderstanding of expecting something from the world. With regarding to the God, I don't have any misunderstanding of absence of faith. With regarding to the Guru, I don't have misunderstanding about the doubt about him, whether he is capable to teach me or not. When these three are replaced by the positive, the replacement in the world is I am in the world to serve the world, nothing I want from the world. With regard to the world, Lord is there, His blessings are there to me, I will make right use of it. With the Guru, His teachings are ultimate. I am listening to them, I listen to them, I try to understand them, I practice them. With this purity of the heart, Vidya of Paramatma Prakashate. Upanishad Vidya, first Siddhantika Rupa, thereafter the Dhyana mein Anubhuti. And the Upanishad may be Tattva Jnana is given And before that, the preparation for Tattva Jnana is given. Both have to be understood, both have to be done. All that smoothly will happen. That is the meaning of Vidya Prakashate, and that is possible only Tat Kshaye. Tat is Durita. So Durita Kshaye hi Vidya Prakashate. Therefore, our two missions now in our life. There is no third mission. The second mission is to know the truth and get liberated. And the first mission for that is do everything required for doing the Duritakshaya of the Upata. No third mission. All that purifies my heart, I will do, and all that impurifies my heart, I will avoid it. Then all that which makes me contemplate on the Lord, I'll do. All that will distract me, I'll not do that. This conviction is called Vyavasayatmika Buddhi or Nischayatmika Buddhi, told by Lord Krishna to Arjuna, which is so essential, which we were talking for the last 2.5 years, almost once in a week. That have you decided that you are going to be a samsari continuously or you want to become sadhaka? निश्चयात्मिका बुद्धि. अगर साधक हैं तो उनके ये दो निश्चय होते हैं. I am in this world as long as I am alive, only for these two missions. One, Antakarana Shuddhi. Second, knowing the truth. There is no anything other expected. Is we are already impure and we are also ignorant and we are less informed. That is what yesterday Pururava said. What he said? Swarthasya kovidam dhigmam murkham panditamaninam. I thought I am Pandita, but I am a Murkha, mera Dhikkar ho. Why are you saying all that? Swartasya kovidam. I don't know what is good for me. What is good for me is knowing my essential nature. Further, what is good for me is doing Antakarana Shuddhi. Therefore, anything which makes Shuddha Antakarana, that is good for me. This is called as Swartasya kovidam. Now, what did he do? He lived with that Urvashi, all that in such a way that his entire Antakarana was filled with so much of Kama, Krodha, Raga, Dvesha. Therefore, he said, Dhikkara ho mera. And he's right. Everybody's life is Dhikkara if he is living life to add to more vasanas or samskara or the durtya. Dhikkara hai, vyartha hai wo. Every moment, every day, the more durita we are adding impressions, that much is Dhikkara of our living. It is better, it is better to sleep than being waken up and doing papa. In this way, it's better to die rather than collecting more and more durita in us. This seriousness, this sincerity, this sensitivity, this commitment is called Adhyatmic Sadhana. Now imagine how will be that person? Will he allow his indriyas to go out and collect all the objects to create desires? Will he allow the mind to leak out through the indriyas into the objects to fulfill the things? How careful he would be. That carefulness which is born naturally out of this conviction that my goal is only purification, knowing the truth, is called shamadama natural. पहले shamadama जबरदस्ती करना पड़ता है, बाद में natural होता है because my goal is inside, my goal is the Lord. The shamadama natural because without shamadama mind and senses run outside, which is not my goal. देखो, when our goal is to listen to class from 7:30 to 9, we are already shamadama with regard to everything else. Because my goal is class, Baba. How can I go anywhere? No chance at all. It's fixed. My life is dedicated for my Vedanta Shravanam morning, Rama and Bhagavatam evening. Daytime our Vivek Chodamani and all this Drugdrusha Vivek. शमदम ऑटोमेटिक हो गया भाई, आपका कन्विक्शन स्ट्रांग है तो. पहले शमदम करके द माइंड वाज क्राइंग फ्रस्ट्रेटिंग, क्यों जाना है क्लास में, इधर जाए उधर जाए. Indriyas also cooperating the mind. Somehow zabardastili we brought it in the initial days. Now it is effortless. Shamadama. Such person alone can go into more detailed understanding of the truth, more deeper meditation or contemplation. Then only the touch of that anubhuti happens. See the importance of this topic. Tat kshayehi vidya prakashate. So what are the two goals of life? Antakarana Shuddhi, Atma Prapti. Antakarana Shuddhi, Atma Prapti. Through Vidya. Vidya Guru teaches, I listen, do mananam, meditate and realize. Now already Guru taught us many times through all the 8-9 Upanishads. whatever we studied, Isha Kena Kada Prashna Munda Manduka, this is seventh one. Already taught, but why did the Vidya did not Prakashita? Why didn't we realize? Why didn't we meditate? Why didn't we contemplate? Why didn't we thoroughly understand? Because so much of Durita was there, which was pushing us to be worldly only. So many work, so many obligations, so many of the inside also the desires. He never allowed us to achieve to that level. But now we understood. So now our life is what? No addition of new Durita, first care. Anything existing, clearing, second thing. Then using that clearance in meditation. Har then tino काम करना है. New durita not allowed. Existing durita cleans the karma and testing it in the effort of testing it in the practice of meditation. Meditation includes all the three. One, coming to the class and listening. Second, studying at home and contemplating. Third, keeping the book away and trying to be one with the theme that is understood. These are the three levels of ध्यानम. इसमें हमें परीक्षा करनी है कि हमारा दुरित क्षय हुआ कि नहीं. If these three are willingly, joyfully, effortlessly, wonderfully happening, means durita are not there. See the three cyclic things. Meditate and realize. If meditation is not happening, then do the study contemplation. If that is not happening, listen in the class. If that isn't happening, do some upasana by which durita is going away. If the durita is refused to become upasana, come to the class. In the class, if the subject is understood, go for contemplation. If the contemplation is gave us the clarity of the truth, meditate on that. In this way, we have to do the highest. If it is not possible, second one. If it is not possible, third one, then the fourth one. इसी में हमें जिंदगी भर घूमते रहना है. That's called asupter amrute kalam nayet vedanta chintaya. No other thing. Then only our entire personality molds to become a full-fledged sadhaka. Now it is shifting from the sadhana and to the world, from the world to the sadhana. ये इधर उधर जंप हो रहा है. ये दोनों जंपिंग होने से काम नहीं होता. Totally my personality, like a scientist. You cannot jump. A scientist भी है, football player भी है, a person of entertainment भी है. Even do it, but his scientific investigation cannot be done well. So to a political person, he can do along with his own doing the political work. He can have so many industries. He can have his own personal properties. He can have so many friends. He can ghumo everywhere. He can do all, but that work he cannot do effectively. Anything to do effectively, you have to be single pointedly dedicated for that. In other cases, you can mix other things without losing much, but in spirituality, it is to be exclusive. Unless we become exclusively spiritual sadhaka, thought, word and deed, kaya, vacha, manasa, trikarana shuddhi se, मैं साधक हूँ, मेरा साधना है, मुझे सिद्धि. Unless we enter into that zone, our doing sadhana will not be fruitful. This is a fact. You can't edit it. You should not change it. We should only accept it, understand it, and with all the required sacrifices, we must come into this level. And anybody who realizes Paramatma, they have that's how involved in the search of it, therefore only they reached. And to involve in that search, they gave up everything because which was necessary. Giving up everything was necessary. That technically called a tyaga or sannyas. You need not do त्याग संन्यास that way. Formally ले लो, जरूरत नहीं है, आजकल के दिन में नहीं चलता. In the mind you can do all the त्याग sannyasa. What is त्याग sannyasa in our today's practical world? You are not initiating from your side anything of worldliness. That's it. We are not initiating. Then our initiative and effort is only for our study, sadhana, meditation. Anything else comes as an obligation or duty to the extent our presence is required. That much we do, immediately cut off from that and come back to our sadhana. That way, when we mold ourselves and live like that for a few years, उसका आदत बनता है. वो आदत को जारी रखने के ऊपर उसका फल फिर आने लगता है. What is the phala? Ability to do meditation, ability to study. What will be the meaning of ability to study or meditate? You are able to fulfill the study in the understanding, fulfill the meditation in the experience. That's called ability. Samarthya. सामर्थ्य, अगर श्रवण का सामर्थ्य आया तो एवरी मोमेंट व्हाट इज स्पोकन इज कॉट एज इट इज. मनन का सामर्थ्य आया तो एवरीथिंग कॉट इज कॉन्टेम्पलेटेड एंड द एसेंस इज कॉट. मेडिटेशन का सामर्थ्य आया मतलब इन मेडिटेशन इन ए स्प्लिट मोमेंट टाइम वी आर डिटैचिंग फ्रॉम द upadhis, gross subtle, and we are in the self. That will come after long practice. Practice will happen after the habit of practice happens. Habit of practice happens when we have committed ourselves to be exclusively for that. And that is possible when we don't initiate any worldly thing from our side. शुरुआत यहाँ से होता है. And anything comes, do it only for upata durita. What is upata durita? ये मुझे करना है as a duty because some prarabdha is there, it is over. And पता चलता है later on. You will know in your life, as I told you the other day, before getting your children married, how much of the tension to them. अब की बात, अब बच्चे भी हो गए उनके 3-4. You don't have that thought. That shows to you that प्रारब्ध was over. The दुरितक्षय हो गया उसका. अब दोबारा you don't get your children married. उसका thought ही नहीं है. In the same way, the thought regarding I have to do something to the world to gain something or to whatever, all that goes away. That experience comes to us one day. That's happening to you and me if we are serious in our study of Upanishads every day. Okay? You can feel it. I mean, I don't want dunya. Dunya doesn't not need me. I need the Lord. Lord has to bless me. Are we not coming to this thought effortlessly? Earlier, and some of you have the thought, I have my children, I have to educate them, I have to get them married. उनको वो अभी दुरित है. दुरित here is not papa, but it's prarabdha. When that is over, we are free. And many of us are free. And many of us create our own. That thing we should avoid. बुलाए तो जाना, नहीं बुलाए तो थैंक यू कहना. बुलाने के ऊपर भी अगर जाने की जरूरत नहीं है तो नहीं जाना. दूर से नमस्कार. You just tell your children send the gift and on the online YouTube you see the marriage and कहो मैंने YouTube में देखा आपको आशीर्वाद दिया. ऑल द वे 2 मिनट में खत्म करना, नॉट 2 घंटे जाके आके. That 2 घंटा will waste your a घंटा before to prepare a whole day after that because the hang up or hangover or hangout or hanging. For one outer work, the whole day is wasted. Is it not happening? We are becoming old now. Very less time is there for our sadhana. Even a moment we can't waste. How can we wait the entire day? And today, when I go to that thing, tomorrow is disturbed because today I'm so tired and exhausted. And he says, स्वामी आज क्लास मजा नहीं आया, सुन नहीं पा. क्यों? कल घूम के आए थके. मैं तो कहता हूँ आप मेरे लिए इतना रोल. जितना चाहे उतना खाओ, जितना चाहे उतना रेस्ट ले लो. When we are full, fresh and energetic, because rest and food, what are required, whole day only in our study sadhana. Cut off from the world inside and outside. Then only some subtlety will come. Then only some joy of feeling that I have done some sadhana will come. Then only we can visualize the result of that in the form of some progress, not otherwise. सबके लिए ऐसा ही होता है. Otherwise, we are so busy in the worldliness and spiritual also we want to do. नहीं होता है. That is what is medaya pitaha. लौकिक प्रज्ञया आच्छादितः. That's the meaning. So upata duritakshaya tatkshaye hi vidya prakasham vidya prakashate. And tatacha smriti. It is so clearly said in Mahabharata. Jnanam utpadyate pumsam kshayat papasya karmana. The further sadhakas, jiva, the jnana anubhava comes only when kshayat pavasya karmana, when all the, here the karma means the durita, means the vasanas. Kshayat means when it's all removed. And it is such a simple looking complete sentence. I told you. Tat kshaye vidya prakashate is said by Shankara Bhagavan. Jnanam utpadyate pumsam kshayat papa karmana is said in Mahabharata. They are such $1 million Mahavakyas. Both are same meaning. But one is authority of Mahabharata, second the Bhashyakara sentence of Bhashya. तत्क्षये हि विद्या प्रकाशते तत्क्षये हि विद्या प्रकाशते तत्क्षये हि विद्या प्रकाशते. कोटेशन ज्ञानम उत्पद्यते पुंसाम क्षयात् पापस्य कर्मणः. Jnanam, I told you, the intellectual understanding, the mananam on that, meditation and experience. ये सारे स्थितियाँ. जब तक पाप कर्म होता है नहीं होएगा, उसको क्लीन करना। फॉर दैट ओनली द कर्म, कर्म उपात दुर्दक्षयार्थम, एंड टू डू द कर्म धनम, धनम you need not earn or struggle, you pray to this lord devata through this यज्ञ आगा, वो अपने आप आ जाएगा। कहाँ से आएगा we need not know। See, in so many great yogis, siddha purushas, avadutas life, when they just do the blessing, this fellow gets so much of money from some nowhere. ही डिड नॉट डू एनीथिंग, कोई आकर दे के गया। ये सारे मिराकल्स हम सोचते हैं, मिराकल नहीं है। मिराकलस ही है बिकॉज यू कांट अंडरस्टैंड इंटेलेक्चुअली, बट देयर द ग्रेस इज वर्किंग। गुरु सेज बेटा तुम्हारे साधना के लिए दिक्कत हो रहा है क्योंकि यू डोंट हैव मनी, दैट इज अ कंप्लेंट यू हैव, आई एम गिविंग यू मनी, टेक इट, फिनिश योर ऑल ड्यूटीज, डू द सेवा sadhana. Here in the Vedic period, said ki do the Sri Kama Homa, and that Sri Mata, Lakshmi Devi, the mother, in Paramatma only, Omkara only, all these rupas, no? He will bless you with all dhanam. Use the dhanam to do the karma. With the karma, do the upata, do the kshaya, and then only the vidya prakasham. Goal is neither homa, nor dhana, nor the karma, nor the upata, durta, kshaya. The goal is vidya prakashanam, the experience of the self which we are understanding through study of Shastra. To reach that, Nurita is the obstruction, therefore it should go away. It will go away only by the karma which is done with Karma Yoga. For that, whatever the resources required, that are called as dhana. Here, so many resources are desired for, all are not used all the time. जिस कर्म के लिए जो चाहिए वो यूज करना। Like the brahmacharis were asked for, all the dhana is asked for, and all the cattle are asked for, and all the fame and name is asked for. Yeshojane Sani Swaha. Then all the ornaments, gold asked for, and good accommodation asked for. Yeshojane. Then Shreyan Vasya Sani Swaha. All are not used all the time. है सब तैयार, और जो यज्ञ करना है, जो कर्म करके अंतःकरण शुद्ध करना है, उसके लिए जो चाहिए वो ले लेना। Like you have all this stock of items in kitchen, you don't cook everything every day. जो चाहिए उस दिन वो करते हैं। All the spanners are there in the kit, but you don't use all. जो नंबर जरूरत है उसको ही करते हैं। All vehicles you don't take home. जो चाहिए उस दिन वो लेके जाते हो घर में जो है। So so many clothes are there. Everything you don't wear. Depending on the program, what is required that we wear. Every friend you don't talk every day, every time. जिस दिन जिससे जो काम है वो काम करते हैं। Every place you don't visit every day. जिस जगह पे काम है वही जगह पे जाते हो। In the same way, among all the wealth that is required, that is wanted and we got it, whichever is required, whatever the day for whatever the yajna, we do it, and the result is upata durita kshaya. And unless you understand karma as karma yoga or yajna bhavana, the understanding of karma leading to upata durita kshaya can never be understood or achieved. What are the bhavana to become done there? First bhavana is I am Jiva, I must know myself, Brahma. For that, the obstruction is my antakarna ashuddhi. I have to make it shuddha. The ashuddhi of the antakarna is raga, dvesha, kama, krodhadi. Now, through this yajna, I am doing it everything as Bhagavan's order. I am doing everything for the result of totality. I am not asking anything for me. This practice should make me establish in a status where I don't need anything, I don't want anything of the world. That's how the entire durita is removed from the heart. Then we can see, my only goal is to know the truth. Right now, you question what are the ambitions in the mind. There are some ambition to become some powerful person, and ambitions to have some powers, ambitions to have some resources, ambition to have some people and things, ambition to do something and achieve something. If all that are there at this moment, so much durita is there in the heart of path. If the answer is that "Okay, I want nothing, I don't want to become president, I don't want to become prime minister, I don't want to have these powers, I don't want anybody to follow me or listen me or receive my orders and do things, I want nothing of the world," that means there's no durita. क्या बढ़िया है देखो मन. That such personality only can ask then what to do. Do nothing, know the self and get realized. Such person, even if in the midst of the crowd in the city, still he can meditate. The other fellow, even he goes to the jungle, his mind is filled with so much durita, he'll meditate only about the city, not the jungle, not the self or the truth. Therefore, more important than the place, time, etc., is our own Duritakshaya. But place and type help. Upahaya, Deshakaladhya, Santyasmin Sakarinaha. So, beautiful thought here. First, Medha Kama, which empowers us with the wisdom that our life is only to become Amrita, that Amrita will happen to us when I realize the self. Self is realized through Brahma Jnana. Therefore, Medaya Sprunotu, Amritasya Devadharana Bhuyasam. This is the what? Most important prayer. And to achieve to that, we have to have the Antakarana Shuddhi. And for that, we have to do the Ajnana. For that, we need the wealth. Therefore, the wealth is asked for. Then the wealth has come. Actually, we have done it for used it for karma, not for the bhoga again. अर्थ फिर से कामना के लिए नहीं करना, धर्म के लिए करना है. What is dharma? Which purifies me to become qualified for the moksha. Moksha is Vidya Prakash. I am involved in the yajna yaga for purification. If purified, my yajna is no more dravya yajna, it is a jnana yajna. In the jnana yajna, the Agni is Paramatma Jnanam, the Ahuti is Jiva Bhava. The result is Aham Brahmasmi Anubhuti. Keep all these in the mind. And the understanding of each of these things and the development of all, slowly the Guru and Bhagavan will reveal to us as we continuously stick. Remember, whatever the Guru Acharya speaks, it's only data information. With faith, when all that is collected, and with prayer to Guru and Ishvara, when you sit on meditation, ये सारे जो अलग अलग पुष्प जो है एक गार्लैंड बनते हैं. All these individual beads become a beautiful that necklace. That will come to every one of us in course of time. Now we are collecting each and every flower now. एक जगह बैठ के सुई धागा लगा तो पूरा गार्लैंड बनता है. What is the meaning of garland here? Clarity about what to achieve, and for that what is to be done, and for that what the preparation and where do I stand. Everything is clear. That will happen. And in that, it's which guna we are there, in how much of the upata durtaya we are there, and which exactly the karma to be done, yagna to be done, for clarifying it, sab pata chalta hai. Like a doctor knows about the patient, his disease and the cure of the disease, the medication, the time taken, the application of medication, everything he knows. It is for other patient, doctor knows for himself also. So too, a Bhava Vaidya, this disciple, after getting blessed by the Guru and Paramatma, he comes to a stage of treating his own Bhavaroga with all the clarity. It will come, don't worry. तो ये दोनों बताया ज्ञानम उत्पद्यते पुंसाम क्षयम पापस्य कर्मणः और तत्क्षये ही विद्या प्रकाशते. एंड द नेक्स्ट वन इज व्हाट? यथा आदर्शतले प्रख्ये पश्यति आत्मानम आत्मनि. Only in the Prakya Adarshatala Atmanam Atmani Pashati. Only in the purest, undisturbed mirror, neither concave nor convex, nor covered with dust nor broken. In a Prakya कहते हैं इसको. प्रख्य वाला आदर्श तल में ही, तल इज सरफेस, आदर्श इज मिरर, प्रख्य इज प्यूरिफाइड. इन दैट ओनली पश्यति आत्मानम आत्मनि, he will see his reflection. In the same way, in that Vijnanamaya Kosha or Antakarana, which is purified with from all the Durita, the self is revealed. First in the understanding, second in meditation, third in the direct experience. पहले अंडरस्टैंडिंग होना है, फिर ध्यान करना है, फिर अनुभव आएगा. ध्यानम in Vedanta is only contemplation. The contemplation removes all the avidya layers, then the self which is already there is experienced. अरे मैं हमेशा ही था. Like sometime in a heavy sleep of night, morning we get up, but what we are we don't know. थोड़ा आँख को मत लिया, थोड़ा पानी डाल ली. Slowly we come to know what we are. Even before we came to know what we are that only. But that laziness covered it. But when you use the water or did something, that tamoguna layer gone away, then we recognize our identity. Same happens. I am the self is an eternal thing. Some covers are there, they are removed through contemplation, self is realized. In Vedanta, meditation is not a verb, it is an experience. Contemplation is a verb, where you have to contemplate. In the heat of contemplation, all the avidya, nivrutti, adhyasa, aropa, all that goes away, adhisthana is realized. Then be in that. Now I experience I am Brahma, that's it. All other things are my own projection. और फिर बाद में पता चलेगा. Now with this, we have concluded our Chaturtha Anuvaka exhaustively, I believe. Now, the further Anuvakas are, as we go ahead, little more higher, deeper, subtler. So what? जो पहले भी इतनी दिक्कतें हम इतने बार पढ़ के थोड़ा हम पकड़ पे पाए ना, so too we'll try our best to get into it. और इस जन्म में नहीं तो अगले जन्म में भगवान फिर से पढ़वाएंगे और समझाएंगे. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? When I know my goal is Paramatma and my identity is Sadhaka, let the Lord give the opportunity for sadhana. Leave it to Him. As much deep and intense I become in my efforts with the resources available, so much when I become deep in my surrender to God, both of them put together make sadhana effortless. Remember always, we should not only aim at enjoying the destination, we should also aim at enjoying the journey. Is it not? Safar suhana hona chahiye. The suffer sufana taboga when I know that this is my capacity and I am doing it, and when I know is remaining in the hands of the Lord, I surrender to Him. I am relaxed. Like I can do the pravachan on these texts. I can't do all texts. And this text also, to the extent I know. The remaining thing, it doesn't mean that what I am speaking is the ultimate knowledge, which is to be known by me, to be communicated to you. No, इसमें और बहुत गहराइयाँ होते हैं. But आज के दिन I don't know them. So tomorrow my Lord will give me. So about tomorrow I'm not worried. Today whatever is there I am sharing with you, I am relaxed. And no regret or guilt that I didn't experience or I don't know the deeper things. आज नहीं आता, कल आएगा. जिनको आज आता है उनको कल नहीं आता था. Why should we worry about it? Give a chance to the Lord. Wait for it and let it happen. But today जो है उसके लिए जो करना है करो. उससे जो करना है वो करो. Clear? Enjoy the journey. Don't be worried. That's what I'm sharing nowadays every day because we're studying such a heavy Upanishad. Which and our life, there appears to be no connection at all. दुनिया में जीतने को बैठे हम परमात्मा को जानने के क्लास में आ रहे हैं, उसका इसका कोई संबंध ही नहीं है. इसलिए हमको लगता है डर. इसलिए हम कह रहे हैं डोंट वरी, जो हाथ में उतना करो, लिव इट टू गॉड. लेट हिम टेक केयर. Let Him empower us. Let Him inspire us. Let Him give us clarity, conviction. जो आज के दिन है उतना. And to you and me today, क्या possible? For you to listen, for me to speak. Let us be sticking to that. Little possible, I'll do my contemplation, you do yours. नेक्स्ट स्टेप. नहीं हो रहा है तो कोई चिंता नहीं, कोई यज्ञ करो, उपासना करो, जप करो, पूजा करो. जो करना है आनंद से करो और आनंद से वही करो जो करना है. Not do that thing which gives dukkha later on for the sake of some pleasure. जो करना है आनंद से करो और जो करने से आनंद मिलता है वही करो. दुख मिलता है वो नहीं करना. एंड आनंद सिर्फ परमात्मा को जानने से मिलता है. Therefore only do the sadhana of knowing the self. Today we will chant this fifth Anuvaka and in 2 minutes we will give the Bhagavan Shankara's Sambandha Bhashya. Tomorrow that will be little touched and elaborated. Then we try to understand what is said in the Anuvaka and then its details through Bhashya. ठीक है, पढ़ो. भूर्भुवस्सुरितिवा. ओके. भूर्भुवस्सुवरितिवा एतास् तिस्रो व्याहृतयः तासामुहस्मैतां चतुर्थीम माहाचमस्य प्रवेदयते मह इति तद्ब्रह्म स आत्मा अंगान्यन्या देवताः भूरिति वा अयं लोकः. भुव इत्यन्तरिक्षं सुवरित्यसौ लोकः मह इत्यादित्यः आदित्येन वाव सर्वे लोका महीयन्ते. This one mantra of the Panchama Anuvaka. The Upanishad is in 3 Vallis. Vallis are in Anuvakas. Anuvakas are in the mantras. So mantras put together are the Anuvakas. Anuvakas put together are the Vallis. Vallis put together is the entire Grantha, the Upanishad. So in this Panchama Anuvaka, Prathamo mantra is this one. Now what is said in this Panchama Anuvaka? Like what was said in the 4th Anuvaka? Remember, Meda Kama Artha Japa mantra, then Sri Kama ke liye the Homa mantra. What is said in the 3rd mantra? 3rd Anuvaka, if you remember, he talked about Samhita Upanishad. Atataha Samhitam Upanishadam Vyakhyasya. In the beginning only Guru told what is going to tell. Then he exhaustively told. In the second, what was it? Shiksham Vyakhyasya. In the first one, Shanno Mitra. Pranamami or Prarthayamaha. So Shamno Mitra Pranama and Prarthana in the first one, Shiksha Vyakyanam second one, Samhita Upanishad Vyakyanam third one, then Medha Kama, Sri Kama, required mantra for Japa and Homa was in the fourth Anuvaka. Now what is there in the fifth Anuvaka? Bhagavan Shankara is giving introduction, which is so important and essential. तभी जाकर क्या बता रहे हैं, उसका क्या करना है, समझ में आएगा. The beauty of Bhagavan Adi Shankara and any of the speaker Acharya is he should give first the preview. Like when you talk on Gita. Gita is from Mahabharatam. It is an Anushasnika Parva. It is from the 25 to 42 chapters taught by Krishna to Arjuna in the first day of the battlefield in Kurukshetra. First place and time to be told. Thoda sa, usme we have to do that parichaya, preview. Then it has 18 chapters, there are 701 shlokas, and it is three parts of Karma Bhakti Jnana Yoga. It is explanation of Tattvas Mahavakya. Now, all these when introduction is given, and it started in this way that Arjuna, Krishna were there. Then Arjuna asked to take in between. Krishna took. Arjuna looked at everyone. He got totally emotionally broken down. He said, I'll not fight the war. But he surrendered to Krishna. Then Krishna gave the Upadesha. Therefore, Krishna, Gita is that knowledge by which a non-performing person is made to perform to achieve a greater success of his own life, a sealed war type of Kurukshetra Yuddha. This is in these 18 chapters, the names of the chapters, and this name indicates this meaning in that. When the preview is given, then the listener also relates himself with that subject. Then if he feels required, he will come. Not necessarily that he should feel required, because a महाभोगी है, संसारी है, तो पॉलिटिशियन को बुला के आज कहो या गीता सुनाता हूँ, थोड़ी सुनेंगे वो लोग. उनको इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं होगा, because they are busy in the other world. Gita's greatness need not make everyone qualified for listening Gita, like Upanishad. Upanishad is great. It is a liberating knowledge. That doesn't mean everybody should come or will come. Everybody should come, but they need not come. They are busy in the other things of the world. But when the preview is given, thing is understood. If somebody likes it, let them. Here also, every Anuvaka almost, Bhagavan Shankara is giving preview. What is the preview for the Panchamonuvaka? In this, what was said in the earlier 3-4 Anuvaka is summarized. It is his kindness. Just to give a synopsis. It says, Samhita Vishayam Upasanam Uktam Tad Ano Meda Kamasya Shri Kamasya Cha Mantraha Anukrantaha Te Cha Paramparyena Vidya Upayogartaha Eva. Anantaram Vyahruti Atmanah Brahmanah Antaha Upasanam Swarajya Phalam Prastuyate. How beautiful this is. If you can really understand every word and every sentence and total thought. The first thought today will say Samhita Vishayam Upasanam Uktam. So Samhita Vishayaka Upasana was told to us. After the Siksha Adhyaya, which was in the second one, and in the third one, the Siksha Adhyaya and Shanno Mitra is not touching because he commented it exhaustively there. But the third one, where Samhita Vishayam Upasanam Uktam. Okay, the upasana of seeing the world and seeing Paramatma in the outer world, that was the external Samhita Visha Upasana, it was said. The 5 things were taken up for that. Remember, Adilokam, Adijyotisham, Adividyam, Adiprajam, Adimadhyatam. In that Purva Rupam told, Uttara Rupam told, Sandhi told, Sandhanam told. You remember? है ना. आचार्य पूर्व रूपम अंत्यवास उत्तर रूपम विद्या संधि प्रवचनकम संधानम माता पूर्व रूपम पितोत्तर रूपम देन प्रजा संधि प्रजनकम संधानम अतराहनु पूर्व रूपम उत्तराहन ऋतरूपम वाक् संधि जिह्वा संधानम अथादि लोकम. All these things, 5 of the Samhita upasanas were taught to Adhiloka, Athadi Lokam, पृथ्वी पूर्व रूपम द्यौरुत्तर रूपम आकाश संधि वायु संधानम इत्यादि लोकम अथादित ज्योतिषम अग्नि पूर्व रूपम आदित्य उत्तर रूपम वायु संधि वैद्युत संधानम इत्यादि ज्योतिषम. Then came Athadi, Vidyam, Athadi, Prajam, Athadhyatmam. So these are all Samhita Upasanas. Samhita Upasana were, we were seeing using the Purva Rupa, Uttar Rupa, Sandhi, Sandhanam in everything that is happening in the world, which is a natural phenomena happening for the sustenance of the world. उसमें ना कोई कर्तृत्व है, ना कर्म है, ना कर्मफल है, वो हो रहा है उसको देखना है, एंड एट द अल्टीमेट लेवल ऑफ रियलाइजेशन जो हो रहा है उसको यथातथ देखना ही मुक्ति. Mukti is to visualize what is what. There are only two things. One, Brahma intact. Second, the world illusory. So, intact Brahman seen as intact, illusory world as seen as illusory, you are liberated. Mukti is an anubhava. It's a darshanam. That's why they are called darshana shastra. दर्शन का अनुभव, अनुभव का दर्शन. एंड व्हाट इज द दर्शन का अनुभव, अनुभव का दर्शन? जो है सो देखना. क्या है? परमात्मा है. और क्या है? उनके ऊपर प्रोजेक्टेड वर्ल्ड है. तो प्रोजेक्टेड वर्ल्ड इज रियल, परमात्मा फॉरगॉटन, इट इज संसार, इज रॉन्ग विजन. Projected world is taken as projection, Paramatma is taken as reality, you are realized. It's only a drishti. जो है सो उसका दृष्टि अनुभव. For that the outer Samhita Upanishad Upasana was given in the first one. Second one क्या क्या? तदनु मेधा कामस्य श्री कामस्य मंत्र अनुक्रांता. Anukranta means were covered. All the mantras were exhaustively covered, in which मेधा काम श्री काम के लिए मेधा काम लिखे शांति जप मंत्रास श्री काम के लिए होम मंत्र. Because of home mantra स्वाहा स्वाहा were told. आमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणी स्वाहा, विमायन्तु स्वाहा, यशोजने सानि स्वाहा, श्रेयान्वस्य सोनि स्वाहा, तन्त्वा भग प्रविशानि स्वाहा, समाभग प्रविश स्वाहा. These are all swaha swaha done for yajna. And in that only japa. In japa there is not even namaskara required. Therefore, yaha chandasam rishva vishwarupa chandobhya amrtasam samendro medyasmunotu. In that sankalpa is done, prarthana is done. Amrata Devadharana Bhuyasam. All that are what we want and we are asking Omkar Bhagwan. Iska jap karte jana bas. This was second told. Now, why these two have to be done? The Samhita Upanishad Upasana as well as Samhita Upasana as well as the Meda Kama Sri Kama. We should be very clear. Shankara Bhagwan's greatness is he never allows us to go out of track by forgetting the goal and means. Any master, that is what he has to do. Every subject, जो भी किसी के घोड़ा सिखा रहे कैसे, he should show to him as he should monitor that he should not fall as well as should move ahead. गिरना नहीं, रुकना नहीं, खड़े होना, बैठे रहना, आगे बढ़ते रहना. You know, when the car is trained, taught and driving, so he should not go out of the track into the bushes as well as he should travel on the road. साइकिल का देखो, गिरता रहता है वो. गिरने से रोकना, आगे बढ़ाना. भगवान शंकर does this only. He doesn't allow us to go away from the track. He will not allow us to stop. He will only make us to be stable on the path and move on the direction, in the direction. That is His glory. It is, if you understand all this, then you know how great are our rishis munis. Now the भाष्यकार का भाष्य पढ़ के भगवान भाष्यकार इतने महान अगर हम जानते हैं, तो उन्होंने मंत्रों के ऊपर भाष्य लिखने का सोचा, तो वो मंत्र हाउ ग्रेट दे आर, एंड दोज मंत्र द्रष्टा ऋषिज हाउ मच ग्रेट मस्ट बी. If the mantras and the rishi is so great, then through the mantra, the Brahma Tattva which is indicated, how greatest it must be. Once in a while, we have to think in those angles and develop the Mahatmya about them. Then only our desire becomes strengthened, desire becomes stronger to go towards it, to aim it as the goal, to pursue that. नहीं तो हम फंसे रहते हैं. So he says, Techa paramparena vidya upayogartha eva. Mind you, my friend, in parampara say, all those things are to be useful for vidya only. And what is the usefulness there? Antakarana shuddhi. Upata durtakshaya. So what is the thought he conveys? Anything we should do, it should help to, for us, for the upayoga for the vidya. Like anything we eat, it should help the body to be healthy, strong. Not that the तबीयत खराब होने वाली चीज थोड़ी खाते हैं. कोई घास फूस कचरा खा लिया. There is a final purpose of every doing. Though the eating of food is for the nourishment of the body, energy of the body. Doing a job is for serving that particular department with my talent and get my salary for maintaining my family. There is upayoga is there. That's a upayoga is called vinyoga. In all the Haman, Yajna, Jape Vinyogaha, and Vishnu Sahasranama, in the Rudra Nyasam, in Lalita Sahasranama, everywhere the vinyoga is done there. Vinyoga says for what purpose you are doing. Sri Mahavishnu Sriman Narayana Prityarte Jape Vinyogaha Dhyanam. So to Apatala Navastalanta ultimate said Vinyoga. Then Dhyanam there also. Apatala Navastalanta here Kshirodhanvat Pradeshe Shuchimani. So Vinyoga we must know. So why you have to do the Samhita Upasana? Why you have to do Medha Kamana? Why you have to do Shri Kamana? Why do you have to perform all the Yajna Vidya Upayogartham Eva? So what it indicates therefore? Anything we should do only it should become Upayoga or Vidya. If not, we should not do. देन ओनली इज कॉल्ड विद्यार्थी विद्या पाने के लिए जो कर रहा है वही विद्यार्थी है ना जो करने से विद्या से दूर होते हैं वो विद्या का अर्थ ही निकाल रहा है अर्थी यू नो दैट हाउ सिंपल दिस वर्ड बट हाउ क्लियर इज द मीनिंग बट हाउ डीप इज द पर्पस ऑफ दैट सेंटेंस वी आर ऑल विद्यार्थी तो फिर हमको जो भी करना है विद्या उपयोग का लिए करना है Why he has to mention? Because the Meda Shri can be used for different purposes of again worldliness. Everything worldly is avidya only, no? जिंदगी पूरा विद्या के लिए होना है नॉट अविद्या के लिए ही इज हिंटिंग दैट यार कोई भी करते विद्या के लिए कर दैट इज कॉल्ड विद्यार्थी लक्षण एनीथिंग यू डू इट डिस्ट्रैक्ट्स द विद्या देन यू आर नॉट विद्यार्थी and what is your vidya the atma vidya the brahma vidya. Okay, now whatever was said so far was the Bahiranga Upasana. He says here now, Anantaram, after this, Vyahruti Atmanaha Brahmanaha Antah Upasanam and Swarajya Phalam Prastuyate. Now the inner Upasana is taught. Inner Upasana of the Brahma Tattva through the Vyahrutis. So Vyahrutis are told and Vyahruti Upasana is told. And in that Upasana, what is finally told is through these Vyahrutis, what is to be recognized is Brahma. And when you do that, Brahman will be recognized later on. But before that, the particular in-between stage you reach, that in-between higher nobler stage is called as Swarajya Phalam. What is the result of all the karma done? Upata Durtakshaya. Is it not? Now, what is the result of the inner Vyahruti Upasana? What is the result of it? Swarajya Phalam. But not our goal. Our goal is Brahmanubhuti only. And after this Anta Upasana is taught to us, and when we do that, through that the Swarajya Phala comes, then we know that this Phala has come, means I have done the right sadhana. Then that Swarajya Phala Prapti is also kept aside. Then we go inside for the Atma Prapti. And all what I said now is 100% vague to you, I know. Tomorrow we'll explain every word. What is the meaning of the Antarupasana and it is requirement. What are the meanings of the Vyahrutis and what are they? And what is the meaning of Vyahruti Upasana? All that slowly will be developed. Any subject when you newly enter, अब होम्योपैथी ज्वाइन किया, अब कुछ भी नहीं पता होता, वहाँ का मेडिसिन का नाम ही नहीं पता होता. Even you join any biology, botany, in that botany, the names for the botanical things are given in such a funny way, you can't even pronounce them. But after 3-4 years of study, you know everything. In the same way, for us, these Upanishad mantras are botanical science. Because you don't know even the words and their names. You can't utter at also. Suddenly अंतरूपासना, suddenly दिव्यावृत्ति, क्या कह रहे हो? जो कह रहे मीनिंगफुली है उसका मीनिंग रिवील करेंगे. So when you come tomorrow, all that is developed and we try our best to clearly understand. Like we understood the earlier aspects. We might have forgotten, that's our mistake. But it was told. What is the meaning of the Siksha Adhyaya? In that what includes and what are the practices to be done, what is the mastery to be achieved, what for it is to be used. Then Samhata Upasana also told Then Medha Kama explained, Sri Kama told. So कहने के समय कुछ नहीं भी छोड़ा, but याद है कि नहीं बाद में, that is individual. You have to put everyone your effort. That's why total dedication, no other thing. Then only we'll be able to remember and do sadhana step by step and move ahead. Om 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 ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः परमर्षिभ्यो नमः परब्रह्मणे नमः श्रुतिमात्रे नमः वेदव्यास वैशंपायन आज्ञवल्क्य शंकरात् गुरुभ्यो नमः तत्स अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः तत्सद्ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु ओम श्री ब्रह्मणे नमः. Thank you friends. Good, you have come to listen. It's all appears to be difficult. When we love anyone, we'll try to know that person by all efforts. So to love Upanishad, love the Brahma Vidya, then you'll definitely put the efforts and become qualified to know. Both of us, all of us. Wait for 10 minutes for our next class.